Hello, everybody, all of my well-balanced solopreneurs. Welcome back to the second interview for today. And I am so excited to have Desiree here today, and she's going to talk to us about the importance of slowing down in your business to power up your business. And I can't wait for this conversation. This is something that's near and dear to my heart as well. I met Desiree a couple of years ago, and we knew instantly that we were friends. But we haven't connected in a while, so I'm looking forward to this conversation. Welcome, Desiree. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. Super excited to reconnect with you.
Mm,
So thanks for this chance to share what I'm passionate about with the rest of your community in the world.
absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are right now.
Oh, I'll try to give you the Coles notes. In 2010, my life broke wide open in a very short time, about 3 months. I lost a really important relationship. I had financial breakdown, and then the woman holding me all together, my mom, died very tragically on Christmas.
Mm,
And my whole world just kind of blew up. And at that time, I'd been on a journey of healing and of seeking more in my life, but never knew what that looked like. And it was really through breaking down in that moment, realizing that I couldn't keep living the way I was living, that I broke wide open and started to seek something to anchor me. It actually, even before then, I had gone through a really experienced a really abusive marriage and a divorce that went on for about 9 years. But I needed something to anchor me. And through all of that, I kept coming back to meditation.
mm,
And I also, through that experience, had tried a variety of things like cognitive behavioral therapy to kind of heal the grief I was feeling around the loss of relationship and the loss of my mom. And the really funny story was I was in Starbucks and had kind of gone through all this therapy, and I saw this poster. It said life coaching. And I went, God, what's a life coach? I was a fitness coach. I had a fitness franchise at that point. I went, what's a life coach? So it was 2 free sessions. I'm always up for the freebies. So I called him and I went in to have this life coaching, and 2 sessions were free. I paid for 2 more. And in 4 sessions, I felt I had had more forward action and more recovery and more understanding of what my journey was supposed to be and how I could create my life than I had done in months of
mm.
therapy. And not to discount therapy, because I think therapy has its place, and it definitely did at that point for me. But as I walked out of his office, I thought, he's like 26 years old, and he was really cute to look at, and he had some really great tools, but I felt he didn't have really any life experience around divorce and loss and questioning purpose. He was
Mhm.
26. I mean, not many people do at that age. And I remember thinking, man, this is so powerful, and I have so much to offer from the wounds and the trauma that I'd gone through. Now that I felt more healed, I could offer that to others. And it was all kind of just serendipitous, because I was already a fitness coach, and I have starting to see that losing weight and getting fit was just one small piece of a bigger puzzle. And although I loved fitness, man, I did not like teaching fitness. The last thing I wanted to do is get in the gym after teaching fitness all day. But I love supporting women, and I love seeing women delve deeper into what the real issues were.
Mhm.
So that kind of led me on my journey to become a life coach. Kind of
Nice.
like
Love it. I love it. And the favorite part of that is that you realized with your life experience, you had the qualifications to be a life coach. You don't need to go to some fancy school to do it. It's all about going to the University of Life, right?
Yeah, I did continue. I did go and become a certified life coach. I went through that training. And then just recently went through meditation teacher coach training as well. So yeah, no, I believe kind of it was that convergence of life skills, of experience, and then bringing in my fitness coaching, my counseling experience, all of that into Reiki healing, all of it into a really cool package to offer women support and guidance.
Love it. I love it. And you just keep on learning, right? You can't learn enough.
Oh, every day.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the importance of slowing down.
Oh, it probably feels uncomfortable for a lot of the solo entrepreneurs out there. And I'm going to tell you, to be really honest, slow was not in my vocabulary most of my life. I was high functioning, type A personality, usually working 2 businesses, 3 kids. I loved doing triathlons and marathons. I was the one helping at school, at church, anywhere someone needed help, I was there. And then in 4 years ago now, woke up in an emergency room to be told I'd had a stroke.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, my body and my soul gave out. The way I had been working my entire life was no longer sustainable.
Yeah.
And so I came to slow because the universe said enough. And I had no choice. I was lucky. I woke up on the stroke ward. A lot of people don't. And I was able to, a couple of days later, to walk out of the hospital.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I had some complications that followed, and literally for weeks, 6 weeks, maybe longer, I don't remember now, but laid on my couch. My only thing I could do all day was to go to the bathroom, and I would crawl to the bathroom. And it was really my daughter who taught me the importance, not even the importance of slowing down, but or made me realize that I didn't need to do more, be more, to be of value. Because when I started to look at why I was living like that, because I had no risk factors for the stroke. Right. So when I started to look at why did I have a stroke, I really had to look at taking responsibility of 20, 30 years of neglect, of not nourishing myself, not knowing what self-love or self-care was, and believing if I did more, then I would be worthy. If I did more, then I'd be successful. And I still remember my daughter one day, I'd spent the whole day on my couch looking out at the pigeons in our downtown apartment, done nothing. And my daughter came home, jumped on the couch. She was about 10 at the time. And she didn't ask me what I did. She didn't care there were dishes in the sink. She was happy I was there. And that was such a profound lesson, that all I had to do was to be present. And so it was about 1.5 years until I really came back to my life. But knew I was afraid of having another stroke. I was afraid. My life got really small, and I started to live slow. But then I started to notice how life just seemed more fun. We had more parties, we danced more, we weren't rushing all over the place. Life just seemed richer because we had slowed down.
Yes, I love that. I love that. What a powerful story too.
Well, it should have been real powerful, but you know what? Change is hard. And after the stroke, I went back to old ways. Meditation dropped off, soul care dropped off, because I needed to get back to my life. I needed to get back to making money. I needed to get back to my businesses, and everything dropped off. And then right after rehab, a couple of weeks after I signed off at rehab at a rehab center here in town, I was in a car accident. And it was the car accident that left me without a voice for about 1 year and forced me into stillness, where I just spiraled again into darkness, thinking, really, what the fuck? Here I am again, having to get back into rehab. I had a shoulder injury, facial injuries, and I got to do this all over again. And I really spiraled. And it was actually in a moment of not only maybe a year and a bit ago, where I realized I'm in the same friggin' dark place again, because I went back to old ways. I dropped everything that I was talking about. I wasn't walking my talk at all.
Right.
I was a crisis meditator. You probably know some of people like this. When there's a crisis, you drop on the mat and you pray and you meditate and you pull an oracle card and you ask for guidance. And then life gets good and the storm passes. And that meditation or self-care is the first thing that goes off the mat.
Yes.
And I realized I cannot keep doing this. That was my 3rd breakdown in 3 years, or in, so many years. I can't keep doing this. My daughter deserved better. My daughter deserved a better version. My story of hustle, my story of neglect could not be her story. I had to change things for her. So that's kind of how I came by slow. It wasn't like, oh, I won't hustle and I'll just live in alignment. No. The universe knocked me on my ass once, twice, 3 times. And 3 is my number. And I realized, I'm not doing it a 4th time. I need to change.
Yeah, wow, that's so powerful. And I love that you say, it did take 3 times because some of us that like to get shit done don't realize that you have to slow down because it can seriously cause massive health problems.
Yeah. For me, I had to start valuing my well-being because nobody else was going to do that. I could go and take care of everybody else and take care of my stepdad, and I could burn myself out. But in the end, nobody was going to care except me. I was the only one responsible for me.
Yeah.
So, but it was hard. I'm not saying it was easy in any way. And I'm not saying I live in spiritual alignment and slow every day. I think now what I've learned is when I start to feel anxious, when I start to get scared, when I start to feel that energy is coming out of control. Oh, okay. What did I meditate today? How much am I taking on each week? Because I think we overestimate how much we can get done in a day or even a week. So I think I just had to kind of constantly look at that. And it's a daily practice, but it gets easier with like any muscle, right, that you work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you say that too, that often we do the crisis meditation where we
Oh, fuck yeah.
It has to be day after day after day. And we were talking about this before we went live, is that I didn't meditate today. And I meditate every day, but I was in the emergency room last night, blah, 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 the story. And I didn't meditate today. And now I'm feeling like a little bit off and something's not quite right. So it's definitely that daily practice.
Well, I think too, we live in a society that's conditioned us to believe that more is better. Work harder, push harder. You don't have the results in your solo entrepreneurial business. So what do? I got to do more. I got to try new things. I got to do more. And I got to say from my own experience that when I slowed down and started to pause, and through meditation has been my tool, I just got clearer on what my purpose was. I was able to see solutions. I was more creative. I asked better questions. I made better choices. And from slowing down and really walking what I was espousing it to my clients, my business started to grow. And it was by actually easing up and changing my relationship with time, because we're so conditioned. There's not enough time. We're going to run out of time. I got it, And so looking at that, what is our relationship with time? Because if we believe that time is limited, that's how time's going to keep showing up. If we believe there isn't enough time, well, that's how time will show up.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk to me a little bit about this badge of busyness. These entrepreneurs that think they have to be busy, 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 busy.
I invite you to look at what is the belief behind that. What is the belief behind being busy? Hey, and I'm going to tell you right now, because I carried that busyness badge my whole life, well into my late 40s. I held it with an honor. Oh, I didn't need sleep. I only slept 3 hours last night. Let me tell you how busy I am. Oh, we are so busy. My family is busy. My kids are busy. Oh, yeah. For me, it was about worthiness. And if I was busy, like a lot of my clients, we stay busy because sitting in stillness, sitting alone and hearing the whispers of our soul, many of us aren't ready for that. Because we all know what we need to do, and we're just not ready to hear it. So we stay busy.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep ourselves occupied so we don't have to deal with the real problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's safety in that, right? It's why often you keep the radio on in the car. You turn the TV on the moment you get home. You go for a walk and you listen to a podcast.
You don't want to be alone as soon as there's something not to do.
Yeah. I have learned in the transformations of my own life that often when you're called to sit and to be quiet, and I was forced into it because in that year where I didn't have a very effective voice, my world got really small. I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't see clients. I could barely order my coffee at Starbucks. I had to text it and show the barista.
Oh.
I had no strength in my voice. And when you are alone in your thoughts, you start to really become aware of what you need to do to change your life. And I've learned from my experience, I had to burn my life down to actually create something new and beautiful, because the old ways weren't working. And the old way of I was showing up in my business wasn't giving me the results that I hungered for.
Right.
Or the impact that I know I could have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love that you said as soon as you started walking your own talk, all of a sudden your business exploded because you were
Yes.
modeling that behavior and your clients saw that in you.
Yeah, I mean, when I first came to meditation about 10 years ago, I wanted to tell everybody. I'd found like the magic tool. And so I talked to a lot of people about it, but then I'd go home and, a week would go by and I wouldn't meditate. And then I got a little bit better, another crisis, and I'd commit for a few months. But last year I committed every single day. I think in the last year and a half, I've missed 3 days. But I committed, and it was powerful how quick the changes came in my life.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you what's one simple tool to transform your life, but I think we know what that is.
There are many great tools out there. And as a coach, you use them with your clients all the time. For me, in my practice, I started in January to really bring meditation into my practice, to start my coaching sessions with meditation, often doing a second or third meditation, depending on what was coming up. And I was blown away with my clients, how they were getting to their aha moments quicker. They were juicier. And went from a 6-month coaching practice to now offering 3 months and seeing my clients through really transformative experiences in a shorter time by them committing to the daily practice of meditation.
I love that. And
so it's made me really crazy passionate about it. So
yeah,
I try not to share too much anymore, because it's more of a quiet, if you want to know, I'll share.
So oftentimes though, like meditation's got to be this big fancy thing, and you got to have candles, and you have to have the right lighting, and you have to be seated properly and all these things, right?
Yeah, I think again, it's a story we tell ourselves. And I think, a lot of the older meditation in the beginning, it was, monks on mountaintops with flowing robes. And hey, I'd love to go to a mountaintop with beautiful flowing robes and meditate for, 10 days, but that's not really reality. And I think what we're learning now with all the imaging that we have of the brain, that even doing a short 1 or 2 minute practice can actually have effects on you. And I think it's also, in our society, we're so conditioned that we have to chase happiness. And when I'm happy, then I'll feel peaceful. When I have success, then I'll be happy. But what I've really learned is when you come into yourself and you experience that inner peace, that inner joy, that actually is what moves you forward to be successful. It's what empowers you to create the life and the business that you want to create.
I love that.
So, yeah.
So we don't have to meditate for half an hour. We can.
No, you can bring meditation into your day, even just a minute at a time. And so what I'd like to do with your viewers is to just take you through like a 1 or 2 minute meditation, just to show you how simple and easy and accessible it is. It's free. You can do it anytime. I've meditated in airports, on buses, a lot of places. My teenage daughter is really embarrassed that I have, because she's been there. But again, every time I find that I come back to myself, my true spiritual essence through meditation, I come out more powerful to really work and create in my business. So if you're up for it, what I'm going to do is just invite you to try this as an experiment. If it doesn't work for you, next time, don't do it again, but just be open to it.
Absolutely.
So all that universal peace and love and goodness and joy that you want, it's so accessible. All we really need to do is to close our eyes and begin to turn our intention inwards. I want you just to take a breath in and to take a breath out. Being at ease in meditation is really important, so make sure you're comfortable. And put your feet flat on the floor to feel grounded to the earth. Your spine tall, but not too tense. And just breathe. And as you start to slow down, just become aware of what that feels like. What does it feel like right now just to be in your body? A really simple 1-minute meditation that you can do is we're going to breathe in for 4. We're going to hold for 4. We're going to exhale for 4 counts. Pause for 4 counts. We're just going to do that 4 times. So I invite you just to join with me, and let's inhale for 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2, 3, 4. Inhale again. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Just continue on your own and your own rate with 2 more cycles like that. And just on your last one, I invite you just to bring your mind and your body and your spirit to a still point. Just envision yourself sitting at the edge of the lake, and it's calm, it's beautiful mountains, and just be aware of that peace in this moment, peace that's accessible for you just by turning in, by connecting to your breath, by arriving in this moment. And if you would like, you could at this moment set an intention of how you want to show up for the rest of your day in your life and in your business. Maybe you want to feel peaceful or grounded, confident, or just at ease. And then take that intention deep into your heart. And let's take one more breath in. And let it all go. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back.
Instant bliss.
And so how was that for you? What did you feel as you slowed down?
Oh, I could feel like there's a thing in Reiki. I have a Reiki instructor who teaches me, I summon myself back to myself. And that's what it felt like, is that, oh, there I am.
Yes.
I see you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to say, with meditation, that has been the biggest gift for me. It's coming back to the truth of who I am, to my true spiritual essence. And in the practice of sitting, becoming clearer of what my beliefs are, the ones that I've adopted, and learning to let the ones that don't serve me go.
Yes. Yeah.
To come back to who I am. And I think that's to meet ourselves on meditation mat or meditation chair, or if we sit at the beach on a log and meditate, every time we return to ourselves. And from that place, you can build a really beautiful business and create a beautiful life from that place of truth, a place of love and clarity and confidence and joy. Joy.
Yes.
Yeah, because as soon as you slow down, life becomes so much more beautiful. Mm-hmm. We're just going 1,000 different directions. We don't see the beauty that's right there in front of us. Mm-hmm. We miss it all because we're looking for the next thing that's going to make our business the success, the next thing that's going to make us that 100 grand. So by slowing down and seeing, and as soon as you slow down, the options come. Life, the goodness flows.
And when you are with yourself, you realize you're the person that's going to make your business a success.
Yes, learning you are the secret sauce in your business. Yes.
So good.
Yes.
So good. Oh my God, I have goosebumps. And I meditated today now. I don't feel bad anymore.
Well, again, it was brief and you get benefits, slowing your brain down and resetting your nervous system, because we keep going and going and going and our nervous system just gets on overload. Mm-hmm. And I found, even as I was doing the meditation as well, just, okay, slow down, just come back to your breath. And from there, come forward and to share. Yeah.
I love that. And thank you for demonstrating that it doesn't need to be a long and involved process. You can do it. It just takes a couple minutes.
Yeah. I mean, having the candles and the incense, and eventually you may want to kind of move to having a sacred altar or space at home and maybe a meditation cushion. But meditation is so great is that it's free, it's accessible. And when you commit regularly, the changes are fast and furious, and they're quite profound. So I offer it up as a gift. Take it if you want. And for those who don't, I hope you find something else. I'm sure you will, that will sustain you in the long run.
Beautiful.
Because this is, building your business it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we need to nourish ourselves for that long run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much. So if anybody would like to find you, stalk you online, how do they find you?
Oh, thanks for asking. I always forget to invite. Well, I first want to say I just finished the first draft of my new workbook. It's called Soul Ignited. It's a workbook for connecting to the power within. It will be available. It's going to be free for a short time. So if you want to subscribe to my email list or follow me on Instagram at Desiree Share or DesireeShare.com on my website, and sign up. There's also a free meditation and journal on my website for new beginnings, which is a great place to start. So daily inspiration on Instagram, and sign up for my email list, and you'll be the first to get my new book.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing today, Desiree. And I know there's quite a few comments on the live stream about instant bliss and how great that was. So thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for giving me a place to share what I am so passionate about and what has been so profound in my journey of healing and transformation, and a gift I want to share with others. So thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you
so much for joining us. Bye, everybody.
Awesome. Bye.